Hello, my name is Taimoor Kahn, and today I'm going to present a research project titled Incomplete Reporting of Patient-Reported Outcomes in Multiple Sclerosis, a Meta-Epidemiological Study of Randomized Controlled Trials. Multiple sclerosis is a debilitating disease affecting nearly 1 million people in the United States. Patient-reported outcomes are reported directly by patients in regard to their quality of life when living with a chronic disease. When implemented in randomized controlled trials, patient-reported outcomes can provide insight for clinical decisions and directing patient care. Standardizing reporting guidelines can help promote consistency and completeness of PROs. Our primary objective was to assess the completeness of patient-reported outcomes in randomized controlled trials related to multiple sclerosis. Completeness is defined as the number of completed CONSORT-PRO checklist items. Our secondary objective was to evaluate the relationships between the mean completeness of PRO reporting and trial characteristics. We used Medline, Embase, and Cochrane Central Register of Controlled Trials to search for randomized controlled trials investigating the management of multiple sclerosis. 92 randomized controlled trials were abstracted using an adapted CONSORT-PRO and Cochrane Collaboration Risk of Bias tool. Mean percent completion was calculated using CONSORT-PRO. Bivariate regression models were used to evaluate relationships between trial characteristics and completeness of reporting. The overall completion rate was evaluated to be 48.68% using the adapted CONSORT-PRO checklist. 70.65% of the randomized controlled trials were deemed as a high risk of bias. The two most underreported items were failure to report a hypothesis and defining an approach to missing data. Trials with patient-reported outcomes for the management of multiple sclerosis were consistently suboptimal. The CONSORT-PRO extension evaluates completeness and transparency of patient-reported outcomes in randomized controlled trials. Higher completeness of reporting is associated with the mention of CONSORT guideline. In future randomized controlled trials, trialists may improve completeness of patient-reported outcomes through adherence to the CONSORT-PRO checklist. Thus, higher completeness of patient-reported outcomes may improve quality of life through more suitable clinical decision-making. These are some of the references that I used today, and I want to thank you for taking the time to watch my research presentation.